To make sure that the voters know it is Trump who is responsible, but even more so, it is the Republicans in Congress who are responsible for this. Trump didn't even know what was in there. He knows cutting Medicaid is a bad deal. He just told Republicans, don't cut Medicaid, don't cut Medicare, don't cut Social Security, or you're going to lose in the midterms, and we are all going to lose in 2028. Also, all of y'all who keep telling me that there aren't going to be midterm elections or that Trump isn't worried about it, the Republicans aren't worried about it, he has repeatedly been caught saying that he is worried about the midterms. He is worried that Republicans are not going to be able to get elected. It's super important that we make sure the voters know, even though the pain will not be felt until after the midterms, Republicans have already done this. They did this. They inflicted suffering and future death on tens of millions of Americans because they wanted to prove their loyalty to a fascist authoritarian dictator. That's it, y'all. They wanted to keep their jobs. They wanted to keep their wealth. They wanted to be able to have dear leaders say, good job. And so they threw everybody under the bus and gutted healthcare. But if you don't believe me that Trump has known for a while that cutting Medicaid would be devastating politically for Republicans.
What happens if it comes to your desk, has the tax cuts, but also cuts to Medicaid? Would you veto that?
No, we're not doing that.
Would you veto that?
I would.
He didn't. He passed that into law yesterday, and they all did a big happy dance about it. They were all cheering about taking away health care from 17 million Americans. I mean, let's be clear here. It's not just Trump who knows this is really bad. All of the Republicans know, and they voted for it anyway. They have gone into this with their eyes wide open. They know what they're doing. They did it anyway to give billionaires a giant tax break, to fund ICE to the tune of $150 billion. ICE is now better funded than the entire military of Israel. But there's no money for Medicaid. There's no money for food assistance for the poorest and hungriest children in this country. Let's look at some of those Republicans who knew how bad this was and voted for it anyway, hoping that you wouldn't notice, hoping that you wouldn't notice how devastating these cuts are going to be until after you voted them back in the midterms. No. Every one of these last motherfuckers needs to be voted out.